Yeah.
It says that it is. I'll go this way to find the cursor. We're good.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody that's joined us on this webinar, Relationship Marketing. And we have a very special guest, Charlie Passports, which is going to be joining us at the halfway point. And Charlie uses SendOutCards for everything. So real quick, welcome, Charlie. We're going to come back to you in 15 minutes. Say hello.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hey, Charlie.
And my co-host here is Carol Ward.
Yes, I am Carol Ward. I'm a senior manager with SendOutCards. I've been with SendOutCards for 5 years now, and it is quite the adventure.
It is. And I'm also a senior manager with SendOutCards. I'm Sharon Grimm. I'm out of Hudson, Mass. So we welcome you, and we are very excited to share with you this information because it will change your life. And as you may find out, you may be sending cards out for everything after this, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So SendOutCards is making a positive impact on worldwide. So you can send these cards internationally, which is really cool. And we are super excited to be able to share this with you today.
Absolutely.
Oh, and like we said,
and there
we're
you
super
go.
excited. So next.
So let me give you a little background. In case you don't know, this is our first time being on camera, so it's a little different today. So bear with us. But I do want to give you some background on SendOutCards. Cody Bateman founded SendOutCards back in 2003. He is located in Salt Lake City, Utah, where our headquarters is. And we're a member of the DSA, which is the Direct Sellers Association. It's the type of organization that governs our kind of business. Well, back in 2003, Cody's whole idea was to take the offline brick and mortar kind of environment of the greeting card industry and make it into a click and order industry. Just like Amazon did for books, Netflix did for movies, and iTunes did for music. So, as you know, iTunes, well, they have totally changed the way that we purchase things. Not only the books that they were originally known for, but now practically anything that you want to buy, you go on and just click, and before you know it, it shows up at your door. I know that they come to my door almost every day. Mm-hmm. Netflix, well, binge watching. That's a term that was developed because of Netflix. And they are responsible for the habits of people going out and getting their favorite series and just watching it for a whole weekend at a time. iTunes, well, they've pretty much changed the way that we listen to music and how we buy our music. When's the last time that you went to a music store? Well, there you have it. iTunes is now the #1 way to purchase your music. You simply go out to the website, to their app, click on a track, download it, and before you know it, you're listening to the music. So these $3 billion companies, they've literally made our lives easier.
That's right. And SendOutCards is doing the exact same thing in the greeting card and gifting industry. Today, from the comfort of your home, your office, your phone, on your phone, you could be in your car even, at a stoplight or in a rest area. Let's just clarify that. You can send a card from anywhere. Once you hit the send button, SendOutCards is magically else back in the factory. Print, just kidding. Stop, stamp, and mail it.
Absolutely.
And it is so cool.
And that's all just part of that digital revolution that's going on. Because do you realize that the largest taxi company owns no taxis? Oh, cool. The largest telecom company owns no lines.
Okay.
And the largest media owner, they don't even create their own content. Facebook, right? So the largest media house, like we talked about, they don't own any cinemas because you can watch it in your own home. And the largest software vendors, they don't create the app. Okay, on Google. Well, the soon-to-be largest greeting card and gifting company has no stores.
SendOutCards.
Pretty sweet, huh?
It is. Very cool. SendOutCards is the best customer appreciation and customer retention program in the world. SendOutCards has sent over 140 million greeting cards and 5 million gifts over the past 13 years. No other company sends more first-class mail than SendOutCards. That's just so cool.
That is. And did you know that these highly customized cards, you can send them right from your computer?
Or from your smartphone.
Really?
Doesn't even matter if you have an iPhone or an Android. The app is available in either store, and you can send with the phone. You can send it from anywhere you're at. You don't have to worry about Wi-Fi.
True. Well, one more thing that we do with our phones.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything.
Yeah.
Our lives are so tied to our phones and our tablets. We're in an area now where instant gratification is the only way to go. So we look at our banking, we watch movies, we read our books, we play games, we even do business on our phones.
That's right. And Cody Bateman, our CEO, did some research, and he found that 80% of business follow-up, meaning you first meet with their client, has to do with 3 reasons why. Thank you. It was great to meet with you. And I'm really excited about the possibility of us working together. So that's why they developed this First Impressions kit with these templates in there. They come in black and they come in pearl. And Carol's going to spend a few minutes just showing you how easy it is to use these First Impressions.
Because I do love my technology.
That's right.
So this is what the app looks like when you open it up on your iPhone or on your tablet, or the Android is also very much the same look and feel. Down in the bottom of the app, you'll see that we have a little double envelope that indicates that we have campaigns. And so these First Impression Kit items have been set up as a campaign. You simply click on that and select the campaign that you want to use. We're going to use the white New Possibilities today. And as soon as we click on that, the card pops into your computer right on your phone. And all you have to do is swipe to the left. And now you can customize it with a picture. Simply take one on the fly, pick one out of your library, or pick one that you've already uploaded. And once you pop it in there, it automatically formats itself, and it's a beautiful presentation. No more messing around with it and trying to make it all pretty. It does it for you. So then you simply swipe again, and now we have a place for a personalized message. If you're at a loss for words, we do have some pre-populated for you. And if you want to make your own message, you're more than welcome to. As you can see here, Cody has completely personalized this with his signature. And then you swipe one more time, and now you're looking at the back of the card. This is your branding. This is who you are and how you want the world to see you. So now, not only do you get to make a beautiful card for them, but you also get to put on the back of the card your brand, your trademark. So it really does a nice cohesive picture. So once you decide that you're done with it, let's pick somebody to send it to. More than likely, you should be sending it to the person that you were addressing it to on the inside. Mm-hmm. So we'll go ahead and pick LJ, and it comes up with telling you how many points and how much expense it is, and we simply submit it, and away we go. And look what comes in the mailbox. Amazing. Well, this is the New Possibilities card, how it actually looks when it's mailed out, and it definitely creates that first, last, long impression, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
Fabulous. And these cards, people are going to wonder how much it costs. 5 points generally is about $2. So let's just go for the cost for this. As a customer, you have options. You're going to have this preferred customer plan, which is 100 points a month at $39 a month, which only costs 39 cents per point. That card before was 5 points, so it was around $2. That's how we did that math. That plan is great. It's no commitment, so you can stop it at any time, and those points do roll and add up. Now, we have a couple other options to choose from. You have the $9.80 a month, and you have the pay-as-you-go. The pay-as-you-go has a sliding scale fee of 66 cents to 43 cents per point, depending on how many points you buy. So, the more you buy, the less you pay.
Pretty sweet. Well, in addition to your monthly, we also have the option for you to purchase those tools that we just talked about, right? So that First Impressions kit is included in our 2 bundles, the marketing and the business bundle. And if you want to take advantage of that, that would be the fastest way for you to be able to do that. I'm just going to give you a brief overview on the bundles themselves. The personal bundle would be someone with a small business or a budgetary constraint. The marketing bundle is your sweet spot where all of your tools are included, including a training portal to help you leverage those relationships that you want to build with your customers and your clients. And then the business bundle, the one additional thing that this has that is truly remarkable is for that larger company where you have multiple users and you want to be able to keep those accounts separate but together. And so we have that option for you as a business bundle. So
fabulous.
You think?
Yeah, and as we all know, everyone can benefit from using SendOutCards. You may look at the system and think, oh, somebody else could use it, and start thinking of all these other people. If that's the case, you may want to consider becoming a distributor for $50 with a $59 annual renewal fee. All the things that are included there are listed right in front of you, back office, the full system itself, the training, the customer support is absolutely phenomenal on the both customer side and distributor side. It is awesome. And there's training. So talk to whoever sent you here about that portion of it, and they'll gladly share with it.
Cool. Well, as we go through this, we're going to now get into how you might be able to make money and what that actually means. So as we're talking to people, you'll see that you'll fall into one of the 4 categories that we've listed here. You're either a customer, a referral partner, or self-funding marketing plan, and we can tell you more about that. It's a really cool concept that works amazing for the charities and other companies that just want to be able to fund their own marketing plan. Also, there is the person who wants to earn a part-time income. So they would be a number 3. They just want to work it a little bit and earn enough money to pay for one of those bills that's really nagging on them. I had someone the other day that's going to work it so that she can pay her college loans. So it's kind of a cool idea to just be able to know that that is taken care of every month. Or you could be a number 4, which is you want to just get there and replace your current income so that you don't have to worry about going into that job anymore. So when we're done with this, we'll go over those options one more time.
That's right. So I'm just going to go over how much money you would earn with each one of the bundles. We're just going to focus on the marketing bundle at $395. So for each marketing bundle you sell, you can earn up to $335. You can also earn up to $195 for every marketing bundle sold in your organization. Right. Simply double these bonuses for the business bundle and have them for that personal bundle. Sweet. Yeah. And that's just the immediate money. Carol's going to talk about the other piece.
All right. Yeah, those were just the one-time bonuses for the setup costs, because those are not regular fees. Those are just your setup fees for whichever bundling package that you prefer. And then that bonus is only paid out the one time. Now we're going to talk about residual income. For every customer that you have, you would earn 20% on all the points that they buy on a regular basis. So that's kind of sweet in itself. But then it gets better, because residual income is also calculated on your team. As you share with other people, they're going to want to make money as well. So as you add distributors, you may add 3 distributors who add 3 distributors all the way down to, say, 7 levels. That's going to be over 3,200 people in your team working. And each one of those people will have customers and distributors. And so you would earn 2% on the volume that they do. And when you reach level 7, we figure you've gone pretty deep in your organization. So starting at level 7, you're going to start earning at 5%. And those rates do change as you rank advanced throughout the company, but that's more complication than you want to get into today. That's just a quick overview of how it works. And how big is your income? It depends on how big your team is going to be.
That's right. So once again, there are 4 types of people who join us. You're either a customer, number 1, which is great. You love them.
Yes.
Can't have business without them. You're a referral partner, number 2, meaning you may know a few people, you just pass it on to the person that set you up, and they share the business with them. And you still earn money.
Yes.
Or you're working this part-time on the side. or year 4, where you replace your current income. So just get back to whoever sent you here today and let them know how you want to get started.
Absolutely. And that wraps up this portion of our presentation. We are poised for massive growth at this point in time. We send out millions of cards on a regular basis, and we will continue to do that. Over the next several years, we will be a worldwide household name. So let's get started with Charlie.
Yes, we have a very special guest, Charlie Passports here. And Charlie is actually from a local real estate agency, Keller Williams, out in Framingham. I'm going to take a few minutes to introduce Charlie, and then we're going to have him join us, and he's going to take over the show. Charlie, before he was in real estate with Keller Williams, was a professional photographer, still is, actually. He specialized in corporate photography and private photography, where before that he got his schooling and stuff, the School of Visual Arts and FIT, both down in Manhattan, where he studied illustration, photography, and graphic arts. So how cool is that to be using the SendOutCards?
Very nice.
To see his
Great
cards.
mix.
He is involved with the local chapter of BNI, Winning Edge in Framingham, which Charlie actually put the stake in the ground and got it going and started that chapter. So kudos to him. That is no
Nice
small
job,
feat.
Charlie.
And he is just renowned in the area for doing a phenomenal job with BNI, as well as being a member of the Metro West Chamber of Commerce. And not surprising what his hobbies might be, photography. And he actually enjoys, he's a coach of youth sports, and he plays senior softball. Woo-hoo!
Nice.
I'm a big softball fan. Charlie doesn't even know that. And he has been using SendOutCards for 5 years, and he enjoys using it because he can tie in his graphic design artistry and his photos, and he doesn't have to go out and find photos. He has his own.
Great.
And he really enjoys, I'm going to let Charlie speak about this, the quality of the cards with the cost ratio. I mean, it's affordable. So with no further ado, we have Charlie sharing how he uses SendOutCards for everything.
Welcome, Charlie.
Wow, that was quite an intro. but thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. So as Sharon said, I've been a SendOutCard user for approximately 5 years, give or take, and I was really one of those people who would be in CVS last minute buying a Mother's Day card or a birthday card, and invariably I would run across a card that was apropos for someone whose birthday was maybe 6 months out, and I would buy it. And so consequently, I ended up with this huge box of cards in my closet. However, being a photographer, when I was first introduced to SendOutCards, being a photographer and having a graphic arts background, I was like, well, how cool is this, And then as Sharon said, the quality of the card is really just really second to none, and the cost ratio is amazing. You do a 5x7 2-fold card, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that the cost is like $1.50 plus postage. Where you go into a retail or brick and mortar store, and you're paying $7-8 for a card. So there is really no comparison. The other thing I use it for, well, the primary reason is to say thank you. It's an appreciation tool. And I use it for all sorts of applications. The application that's shown up on the screen now is a card that I have sent out to my basketball team for the last 4 seasons. I've been coaching girls basketball, and every girl at the end of the season gets a 3-fold card like this, with photographs that were taken during the season by a photographer who I brought in, a friend of mine. And then I make this 3-fold card. Everyone on the team gets one, and I have gotten, over the years, so much positive feedback, from my former players. And even now, players that I haven't seen in a year or two come up to me and say, "Oh, Charlie, I still have that card. I really love it," and da-da-da. And some of the other girls on other teams have seen it and are jealous. And why doesn't my coach do that? It's like, well, have them talk to me. I'll introduce them to SendOutCards. But so I've found that again, using, my photography background, graphic arts, it's just one of those things that you put together. It doesn't take a lot of time to do, but it's something that they'll keep forever. They'll have it on their desk, and
Yeah.
it's a good keepsake. The leagues have gotten away from participation trophies, so I'm sending participation cards, and they're a lot more meaningful than some hunk of metal. But anyway, that's just my opinion. And I used so another thank you card that I sent out was to our travel agent, who had arranged a trip for my family out to San Francisco. My son and I are big baseball fans. My brother was able to secure a pair of tickets to a Giants game, and in this particular card, my brother had gotten the tickets through his, to say thank you to his boss. So we took some photographs in the park. I put this card together for him just to say thank you. He did not know that it was Grateful Dead night. I'm a big Grateful Dead fan, and it was Grateful Dead night, so everybody was there in tie-dye, and some former members of the band came out and sang the national anthem. So that was just an added bonus. And then on the far right there, I put my sentiments over the San Francisco Giants logo, just saying thank you. Hey, and I heard from my brother after Bob received this card, and he was like blown away. He's like, he gives out tickets all the time and hardly ever gets anybody, saying thank you like this, So he really did appreciate it, and it's just it's just something to do that's a follow up that it's a real appreciation. It's appreciation marketing is basically what it is, and I totally believe in that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Very cool. All right.
So as Sharon had mentioned, I had launched a new BNI chapter in Framingham called Winning Edge, and as a new chapter, we have been inviting visitors, as potential members. And we meet on a Friday, and after every meeting, if we have a new visitor, they get one of these cards. I do a send out card to them. I have them set up as an ongoing campaign, and I just add the name to the campaign, and it basically is just BNI Winning Edge. I use the Post-it note artwork from inside of SendOutCards. And just kind of a little funny, note to self, revisit BNI Winning Edge. Awesome. And then I put the sentiments in the card, thanks for attending the meeting. Look forward to seeing you again soon. And I've gotten feedback again from members who have joined. And when they got this card, they were in the process of deciding between maybe 1, 2, or 3 different chapters. And this card had an impact on their decision as to what chapter they wanted to join. So it works. Awesome. They've told me that. They said, no one else sent us a card. I said, well, that should tell you a lot right there about who we are and what we're about. So
Charlie, I have to tell you that I actually kind of heard about that idea that you were doing, and I started doing it in our own chapter. And yes, you're right. It does have a huge impact.
Well, good. That's even better feedback for me to know that someone else has adopted that policy. And it's not a new policy. When I was in Commerce Connection chapter with Sharon, we started doing it there as well, and sent out cards. Visitors Day is a little daunting because you can have 18 to 20 visitors. However, if you get 2 or 3 visitors at a time, who you've focused on, it does make a difference. They really do appreciate that.
Awesome. Let's get into some of your other fun projects.
Yeah. Okay. So I, as a photographer, I from time to time would get to shoot golf tournaments, and I was asked by Best Buddies to shoot their tournament at the Framingham Country Club a couple years ago. And the organizers and the people at Best Buddies said, we want to put a card together. We want to, say thank you And that was part of their pre-tournament meeting. And they were trying to decide what to do. And I just chimed in and said, guys, I showed them samples of SendOutCards. I said, guys, we can do something like this. It's custom. You can put anything on there, your logo, the photographs of some of the golfers, Dan, who is pictured there in the top center, singing the national anthem. We can totally customize this and make it fit your needs rather than doing something off the shelf. Now, they had many more participants than the ones shown on the card there. They showed what they did is they showed their major contributors on the card. But I said, you know what, we can take care of everybody. We can get everybody on the mailing list. So the objection that they had was that they wanted to write a personal note and put it in the card. And I said, well, you can order in bulk. We can get a bulk package of 75 cards, and if you want to address them yourself and stamp them yourself, you're it's perfectly doable. And that's what they did. So they bought 2 boxes of 75, put their own, return address label on it and stamped them and did that because they have volunteers to do all that. And it was a huge hit. I mean, they were signing the card. They put in some cases, put in personal notes to the sponsors because these sponsors are pretty heavy. And no, I did not get to meet Tom Brady. He was not at this particular. I was hoping, but it was. But it made an impact with their sponsors, and that's exactly what we were trying to do. With this, and they were very very appreciative of it.
I bet. So this is your Astros. Tell us about this one.
So the Astros are another team, a baseball team that I coach. I coach 2 sports, basketball and baseball. The baseball team is a team that my son played on. It's a Framingham Town League. He has since aged out of that league. However, when we won the championship, you can see in the center there it says Astros WS Champs. Written on strawberries. I was like, well, how cool is that? So of course it ended up as a photograph and in the card. And the card was sent out to the 3 coaches on the team because they really did a lot of work with the kids, not only teaching them baseball, but if you read the sentiment, it says that we were fortunate to have this current trio of coaches helping to guide and teach our team. And not just about baseball, but about handling themselves with dignity and class wherever they are. And that's exactly what those coaches were about. And I expressed that sentiment to them, and one of them called me up and said, "Oh, you made me cry." And these are big guys, But it was a sentiment that I felt needed to be stated.
Absolutely. And I hate to rush you, but it looks like we're going to get cut off in about 30 seconds. So
okay. So
get into your last card here and then do a very, very quick wrap up.
Okay. So the last card was a card when I was a photographer shooting sports. I had the shirts that you see us wearing all had sponsors' names on them, and the sponsor paid for that. And this card was just basically a thank you to those sponsors for helping me fund 8 photographers for a soccer event. It was Memorial Day soccer tournament in Framingham, and all the sponsors got a card like that.
Yeah, your work is just absolutely gorgeous, and I can't
thank
you enough for sharing it with us. Yes.
Oh, happy to.
I would love to do a Q&A session, but I think we're going to get cut off before that. So we're just going to do a very fast wrap up that if you want more information, you can contact Sharon or myself, and we can get you in contact with Charlie if you would like to speak with him more about some of the things that he's done. And Charlie, that was fabulous.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's
taking the time to share it all with us.
Aside from satisfying my creative side, it's also fun.
Yes, I totally agree. And yes, we all need that creative outlet. So.
Yep.